Hello defenders, in this lecture video, we will be talking about the police professional conduct. Actually, dalawa to sabay dapat. The professional conduct and ethical standards. We're gonna talk about the standard of police professionalism, wherein PNP shall perform their duties with integrity, intelligence, and competence in the application of specialized skills and technical knowledge with excellence and expertise. Andito pa rin tayo. Even so, I have subdivided this lecture video because it's kind of long. So first things first, we're going to talk about professional conduct or a police professional conduct, and in the next pre-made video after this is the ethical standards. Okay. Number one, let's talk about commitment to democracy. Okay. Um, Uniform PNP members shall commit themselves to the democratic way of life and values, maintain the principle of a public accountability, uphold the Constitution, be loyal to the country, people, and organization, above their loyalty to any person. So, nasa ethical doctrine na book nyo to, nasa discipline. So, these are the things, no, that a PNP or the PNP personnel should perform, should act. In number one, again, they shall conduct themselves at all times in keeping with the rules and regulations of the organization. Okay? Kasi ano yung ulit yung mission ng PNP? Yung nakalagay doon, our mission, anong nakalagay doon? The PNP shall enforce the law, prevent and control crimes, maintain peace and order, and ensure public safety and internal security within the active support or with the active support of the community. So you have to be committed with this kind of mission. Kasi nga kaya ka nga pumasok, you accepted the mission eh. Diba? Commitment to public interest. Now, PNP members shall always uphold the law or uphold the public interest. Always yan. Klaro yan. Okay? Always uphold the public interest. Okay? Over and above personal interest. It's very clear here in the professional conduct ng PNP organization. Okay? All government properties, resources, and powers of the respective offices must be employed and used effectively, honestly, and efficiently, particularly to avoid wastage of public funds and revenues. Yan. And so, PNP members must avoid and prevent malversation. Ang tinatawag nating malversation. Sinabi natin malversation, this is a misbehavior and especially corruption in an office, trust or commission. Okay? Ano siya? Corrupt behavior, illegitimate activity. Yan. It's short. Okay? PNP members again shall and must avoid and prevent the malversation of human resources. That's the illegitimate activity, hindi naaayon, walang lista, no, in the purchase of whatever things that personnel is going to purchase, especially by someone in authority. Okay? May tinatawag tayong crime na malversation through falsification of public document. In that way, nakakapag-malverse ang tao, ang kahit sinong personnel na nakakapag-acquire ng money. Kasi minalverse nila, let's say for example, a document through falsification. Okay? Finalsify muna nilang document, rather, and then through that, they successful ang malverse nila. No, kahit hindi naman totoo na merong dapat gastusin o bilhin na ganyang klaseng gamit or whatsoever. Human resources, government time, property and funds. Ito very talamak to. I know you know different kinds of issues that talks about and referring to malversation. Talamak yan, palagi natin nakikita yan on the TV, on the news, and of course, as you future law enforcement officers and aspirants to become one, please know these things, okay? And please bear in mind, again, that you as an effective police officer, honesty and being efficient is very important, no? And always uphold public interest over and above personal interest. Kasi itong bagay na to, madali lang gawin. I mean, ang hirap gawin eh. Correct. We somehow always um, think of ourselves and our family's needs. But we have to go back to the basic why we had this kind of dream before to become a man in uniform, to become a police officer. It's always because of the public. Okay? Partisanship. What does this mean? PNP members shall provide services to everyone without discrimination, regardless of party affiliation by existing laws and regulations. Pag sinabi nating non-partisanship, ibig sabihin yan, uh, there is a lack of bias. Walang bias. Okay? Especially towards any particular political group. Again, I know that this is very familiar to everybody about partisanship. You as a police officer shall provide a kind of service that is being needed by the community, despite and in spite of whatever affiliation, political group na tinatawag niyan. Okay? Yan, you should practice this. Okay, and aside from that, in the PNP about non-partisan or non-partisanship, okay? Ang PNP naman, ang role nila, okay? The PNP shall maintain a non-partisan stance and will never endorse any political party or candidate vying for any elected position. Wala dapat ganon. Okay? We demand the owner, for example, kasi talamak ang endorsement most especially sa social media, specifically sa Facebook. Okay? Sa PNP, they demand the owner of the concerned Facebook page to immediately take down pictures, for example to ha, pictures and issue a public apology without prejudice to any legal action that the PNP may take. Yan. Bawal na bawal kang mag-endorso. Next ito, physical fitness and health. Again, what am I talking here are the professional conducts, no, of the PNP. Yung mga kailangan nilang ginagawa at dapat gawin. So, isa to, of course, definitely, physical fitness and health. Now, PNP members shall strive to be physically and mentally fit and in good health at all times. Kaya nga, kahit nasa serbisyo ka na, meron pa rin silang programa or programs that requires them to still have a normal BMI. Hindi lang po sa pag-apply nagkakaroon ng PFT. Also, even when you are already in the service. Okay? Towards this end, they shall undergo regular physical exercises and annual medical examination. Meron pong ganun doon. In any PNP hospital or medical facility, and actively participate in the physical fitness test and sports development program of the PNP. So once you are already in the service, you have to always be physically fit and mentally fit and healthy. Secrecy discipline. So let's talk about this. The PNP members shall guard the confidentiality of classified information against unauthorized disclosure. Diba? including confidential aspects of official business, special orders, communications, and other documents, roster, or any portion thereof, contents of criminal records, identities of persons who may have um, given information to the police in confidence, and other classified information or intelligence material. Nasa Ethical Doctrine Manual po ito, okay, that talks about the secrecy of discipline. When you are already in the service and you are already a man in uniform, hindi na po pwedeng um, uh, in what I term na dasang mo baba. Okay? You should always bear in mind this kind of professional conduct, no? About the secrecy discipline. Kailangan mong i-discipline ang sarili mo na whenever you gather or have this kind of confidential or classified, lalo of a classified information, you have to discipline yourself that when you talk about secrecy, na kapag sinabi mo hindi to pwedeng ilabas, pag sinabi ng supervisors or um, heads that this is very confidential, a classified information, no? You have to always bear in mind, keep in mind that this should not be disclosed. Nasa Ethical Doctrine Manual nito about secrecy discipline. Yan. Next, social awareness. Okay. PNP members and their immediate family members shall be encouraged to actively get involved in religious, social, and civic activities to enhance the image of the organization without affecting their official duties. So how can they do this? Being actively get involved in religious, social and civic activities without affecting their official duties. Now, sa social awareness, the PNP members and their immediate family, no? Again, pag sinabi natin immediate family, these are families that are, anak, magulang, those are family members that are called as immediate family. So, what's the importance of this? Pag sinabi kasi natin social awareness, lalong-lalo na if, kasi the best and very legit information that we can get, most especially if it's all about what's happening outside, no, or in the community, is from our family members. There's no no chance or walang ibang rason para ang pamilya mo magsinungaling when it comes to what's actually happening uh, in your environment or in the community. So when you're actively um, involved in any social, civic, and religious activities, you can in that way, through with your family, you can be socially aware to what actually is happening or what surrounds you. Kasi pag sinabi nating social awareness, this is a kind of social consciousness, no? Na that is shared by individual within a society. Social consciousness is linked actually to the collective self-awareness and experience at the same time of collectively shared social identity. No? Basic, when you get socialized to others, shared um, collective social identity or information is nangyayari. Okay? And by that way, you as a police officer in the family will have an idea about, will be aware, okay, socially. Next, non-solicitation of patronage. The PNP members shall seek self-improvement through career development and shall not directly or indirectly solicit influence or recommendation from politicians, high-ranking government officials, prominent citizens, persons affiliated with civic or religious organization with regards to their assignments, promotions, transfers, or those of other members of the force. Nor shall they initiate any petition to be prepared and presented by citizens in their behalf. Moreover, they shall advise their immediate relatives not to interfere in the activities of the police service, particularly in the assignment and reassignment of personnel. Okay, this only means that may tinatawag kasi tayong non-solicitation agreement. Ang non-solicitation agreement is a contract in which an employee, as a whole to an employee agrees not to solicit a company's clients or customers for his or her own benefit or for the benefit of a competitor after leaving the company. Okay? Same sense. Same idea. Okay? Na kailangan walang kahit anong influence from other people, most especially yung mga sinabi kong klaseng pagkatao, high-ranking government, politicians. Whatever, okay, assignments that you will have, promotions, or a transfer from, or reassignments of place wherein you're gonna be, anong stasyon, saang lugar, it should not be solicited by any person or it should not be influenced by any other person na nabanggit ko na klase ng pagkatao. Okay? It should be solely from the decision of the organization. Okay? And that's professional conduct. Ito, number 8, madali lang to. Okay? It's all about the proper care and use of public property. Now, PNP members shall promote and maintain the sense of responsibility in the protection, proper care, and judicious disposition and use of public property issued for their official use or entrusted to their care and custody, just like a good father of the family. When the commander director is relieved from his post, all properties, equipment belonging to the government must be turned over to the incoming. A committee for the purpose shall be proper. Okay, kailangan yon. Moreover, it is a taboo, tinatawag nila, for outgoing commander or director to detach, remove, and bring home or to his new assignment properties which do not personally belong to him. Bawal na bawal po magdala when you are being reassigned, most especially referring to high-ranking officials, for example, commander, director. They are not allowed to bring any things that are government-owned from their office to the next office that they are going to be reassigned. Bawal po yan. Hindi po sa kanila yan. Kahit anong klaseng bagay, even if it's a simple thing lang. Okay? And importante din that when you leave that particular office with the things that is government-owned, okay, kailangan din makita na those things are still in good condition. Proper care. Okay? Kailangan emphasize yun. Next, respect for human rights. Now, in the performance of duty, the PNP shall respect and protect human dignity and uphold the human rights of all persons, lahat. No member shall inflict, instigate, or tolerate extrajudicial killings, arbitrary arrests, mga illegal arrests nating tinatawag, any act of torture, kasi these are all against human rights. Okay? Any act of torture again or other cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment or punishment, and shall not invoke superior orders or exceptional circumstances such as a state of war, a threat to national security, internal political instability, or other public emergency, as a justification for committing such human rights violation. Ibig sabihin, hindi pwedeng gawing rason ang kung anumang mangyayaring public emergency o kahit anong internal political instability as justification na pwedeng i-justify para mag-commit ang isang PNP personnel ng isang human rights violation. Okay? Duty or devotion to duty. Okay? PNP members shall perform their duties with dedication, thoroughness, efficiency, enthusiasm, determination, and manifest concern for public welfare, and shall refrain, umiwas, wag gawin, from engaging in any activity which will be or which shall be a conflict with their duties as a public servants. Kaya nga nagkakaroon, remember what I've told you about misfeasance? If you are no longer devoted to your duty, you are being negligent na when it comes to the performance of duty, and that results to or that causes harms to others. Nagkakaroon ng irregularities in the performance of your duty. Okay, so as following the professional conduct, devotion to duty, PNP again shall perform their duties with dedication. Yun lang po yun. Afterwards, you're gonna get your reward. You're gonna be in a good position. People will actually always see and be able to witness and observe and notice your performance. Okay? So long as you stand still to what was actually your task and what should be done, every good thing will happen and follow. Next, the conservation of natural resources. Now, the PNP members shall help in the development and conservation of our natural resources for, of course, definitely for the ecological balance and prosperity. For posterity, as these are the inalienable heritage of our people. So, importante din to, no? Kasi, one of the reasons or one of the importance of conservation of natural resources is it is also the practice, no, of caring of these resources so all living things can benefit from them now and in the future. Laging future yung iniisip natin when we talk about the conservation of the natural resources, the use for the future, no? All the things we need to survive, such as food, water, air, and shelter, come from natural resources. Some of these resources, like small plants, can be replaced quickly, for example, after they are used. So that's the sense of conservation of natural resources. Na dapat din na ina-apply ng PNP members. PNP members shall conduct themselves properly at all times in keeping with the rules and regulations of the organization. Napaka-importante ng disiplina sa isang organisasyon, lalong-lalo na sa PNP. Okay? Kasi, because this is the practice of training, people have to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. Okay? Kailangan matutong sumunod. Okay? Para naiiwasan ang insubordination and any kinds of administrative cases against PNP personnel. Aside from that, makikita din ng community that they are very disciplined. So, in order for them to achieve that kind of perception from the community, from the people, again, they should always keep with the rules and regulations of the organization. Next, loyalty. PNP members shall be loyal to the Constitution and the police service as manifested by their loyalty to their superiors, peers, and subordinates as well. Being loyal to the Constitution of and the Police service is also alongside of it. While being loyal, it is also leading you into becoming a good police officer. Okay, since you are loyal to the Constitution, to the laws and regulations, police services, it's very far from you committing or having these kinds of violations na meron sa PNP organization. No? Kasi loyalty in the Philippine National Police, in the PNP, is critical for ensuring law enforcement members understand that their colleagues will be willing to ignore danger and assist them regardless of the peril. Na yan. That's loyalty is all about eh. Once you are loyal to your superiors, peers, subordinates as well, to the Constitution, meron talagang possibilities or there are chances that you are going to ignore danger and assist them regardless of the peril. You're going to ignore the danger for your people. Next, obedience to superiors. PNP members shall obey lawful orders of and be courteous to superior officers. Napaka-importante nito. And other appropriate authorities within the chain of command. Kaya nga kahit estudyante pa lang kayo, in your ROTC and in Marshall right now, a kind of organization na meron tayo yung bago. Actually, matagal na yan. Mabuti kasi, binuhay siya ulit. It actually helps students form or have this kind of discipline. And dyan yung makikita and maobserbaran, no? The kind of respect that you have and how obedient you is supposed to be towards your superior. They shall readily accept whenever they are assigned anywhere in the country. Okay, therefore, it is taboo for any personnel to petition in court or any public forum his assignment. Okay, wala ni isang tsansa that you who is being assigned to this particular place in the country na inassign sa'yo ng iyong superior at ayaw mo, it's a taboo, it's very difficult and impossible for any personnel to petition in court or any public forum. His assignment, wala pong ganon. Okay? That's how important obedience to superior is. Kaya nga, in the practice or obedience to superior orders, every officer and soldier shall obey the lawful orders of his immediate superior. Anyone who shall refuse or fail to carry out a lawful order from military chain, for example, sa military of command shall be subject to military discipline. Last, under the professional conduct, the command responsibility. Under the doctrine on command responsibility, immediate commanders or directors shall be responsible for the effective supervision, control, and direction of their personnel, and shall see to it that all government resources shall be managed, okay, expended or utilized following laws and regulations. Hindi lalabas expenses na hindi naman kailangan or hindi naman needed or useless, ganon. And regulations and safeguard against losses through illegal or improper disposition. Okay. Actually, in international criminal law, the principle of command of responsibility allows commanders to be held criminally liable for crimes committed by their subordinates. Kaya nga, as you can see, no, just so you know, I hope you realize kung gaano sila ka-aggressive, not that aggressive, gaano sila how they put force or this kind of power the way they command na kailangang masusunod siya because they know the fact that in case his or her subordinates magkamali or hindi gawin ng tama, alam na alam ng supervisor or ng um, commander or director that he will be held liable. Okay? That's the essence or the importance of command responsibility. Yan yung principle ng ang command responsibility. Example, the principle of command again, of responsibility is applicable in internal armed conflicts as well as international armed conflicts. For example, the first sergeant has a command responsibility as a senior enlisted advisor, while master sergeants have technical responsibilities. Pagka magkaroon ng problema sa baba, held liable ang first sergeant who has the command of responsibility as a senior enlisted advisor. Yeah, as simple as that. So that's all for this lecture video regarding the professional conduct. Thank you.